For more than 1,000 years, Constantinople stood as the last bastion of the Roman Empire, an impregnable fortress that had withstood countless sieges. Founded by Emperor Constantine the Great in 330 AD, it was the jewel of Christendom, a city of wealth, learning, and divine splendor. But in the year 1453, its walls would tremble under the might of an empire destined to reshape history, the Ottoman Empire. For centuries, the Byzantine Empire had been in decline, its territory shrinking, its power waning. By the mid-15th century, Constantinople was but a shadow of its former self, surrounded on all sides by the rapidly expanding Ottomans, led by one of history's most ambitious conquerors, Sultan Mehmed II. At just 21 years old, Mehmed, later known as Mehmed the Conqueror, sought to do what no other had done: breach the legendary walls of Constantinople and claim the city as the new capital of his empire. On April 6, 1453, the siege of Constantinople began. Mehmed's army, numbering over 80,000 soldiers, dwarfed the city's defenders, a mere 7,000 Byzantines and allied mercenaries led by Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos. The Ottomans brought with them a weapon never before seen on such a scale, a massive cannon, cast by the Hungarian engineer Orban, capable of firing 600-pound stone projectiles. The walls that had stood for a millennium now faced a force unlike any before. Day and night, the great bombard pounded the Theodosian walls, yet they held firm. The defenders, armed with swords, crossbows, and sheer determination, repaired breaches, repelled assaults, and defied the overwhelming odds. But the Ottomans were relentless. They used tunnels, battering rams, and naval blockades to tighten their grip. The Golden Horn, the city's natural harbor, remained a lifeline for Constantinople, protected by a great chain that barred Ottoman ships. But Mehmed, ever resourceful, devised a plan that would shock the defenders. On April 22, in a feat of engineering brilliance, he had his ships transported overland on greased logs, bypassing the chain entirely. The Byzantines watched in horror as the enemy fleet appeared behind them. Constantinople was now surrounded from all sides. After nearly 7 weeks of brutal siege, the end was near. On the night of May 28, 1453, the city held its final Christian Mass in Hagia Sophia. Soldiers, priests, and civilians alike prayed, knowing that dawn would bring their fate. In the early hours of May 29, the final attack commenced. Ottoman forces stormed the battered walls, wave after wave of elite janissaries, the Sultan's most feared warriors, clashing against the exhausted defenders. Emperor Constantine XI, the last Roman emperor, refused to flee. With his sword drawn, he fought bravely to the very end, vanishing amidst the chaos. The Byzantine resistance crumbled. Ottoman banners rose over the shattered gates. As the sun ascended over the city, Mehmed II rode through the streets of Constantinople, victorious. With a mix of reverence and triumph, Mehmed II entered Hagia Sophia, which would soon be converted into a mosque. He declared Constantinople the new capital of his empire, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of a new era, an age where the Ottoman Empire would rise as a dominant force for centuries to come. The fall of Constantinople was not just the end of an empire, it was the dawn of a new world order. It marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the Renaissance, as scholars fled westward, carrying knowledge that would ignite Europe's intellectual revolution. The Ottomans, in turn, embraced Constantinople as Istanbul, a city that would become one of the greatest cultural, economic, and political centers of the world. Even today, the echoes of May 29, 1453, still resonate. It was the last breath of Rome, the first breath of a new empire, and a moment that forever altered the course of history.